October 2003 in Westmeath. A tranquil county and footballing backwater, but that's about to change.
The new manager of the Westmeath football team, Paídi Ó Sé.
Paídi Ó Sé has won 10 All-Irelands as player and manager. Westmeath have never won anything at senior level. They make an odd and interesting couple. But Paídi's mind is still on an old love. The previous week, Paídi was sacked from the Kerry manager's job. At home in Ventry, he's hurting badly, feeling bemused by his dismissal.
If you're somebody that the last thing I think about before going to bed is football and Kerry, and the first thing I think about in the morning when I wake up is football and Kerry, and that I've been doing that since I knew what a football looked like. Nothing meant more to me than the green and gold. It's no major secret. I heard the news second hand. Dúirt ban lum, go dúirt ban lé. That hurt me immensely, you know. I possibly felt that I was going to go away quietly. Give him enough of time now and he'll walk the plank, but no. In actual fact, my own wife and family said, make them fire you. Of course I have made mistakes, calling Kerry supporters, was it fucking animals or something. What I meant was that they were high achievers in Kerry, that they were animals to satisfy because they wanted their team in Croke Park every year. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's a compliment. That's a compliment. I have made mistakes, and I'll admit that I have made mistakes. Will they admit that they made a mistake, and will they admit that they handled their business untidily? I didn't hear any of them admitting it yet, anyhow. And you won't either. I didn't give any major thought to training another team, to be honest. I gave the Westmeath job no major thought. The ideal situation for me was when I was finished with management in Kerry was to bow out totally and not get involved in any managerial work anymore, maybe concentrate a little bit of my time on my family and my business. But again, in the manner in which it happened, all of a sudden, out of the blue, that's possibly how I said I better hang on to something for my sanity.
A sharp-suited bank manager, Tommaso Flaherty, seems an unlikely sidekick for a straight-talking publican. But for Paídi, he's the obvious choice as trainer. They go back a long way.
I remember the first time that I saw him, it was about 9, I would say, 8 or 9 at the time, and I don't know how I got into Dingle the certain evening, but I remember people were talking about this young lad playing left corner back, and he had the jersey outside the togs, and he had the white collar up, a red jersey, and I don't think there was numbers on the jerseys even, and that was the PO. Sure, he was on to me every 5 minutes about going to Westmeath, and I eventually gave in.
That's it, go down in the ball, that's it, don't spill it. Go on, Russell again. Go again, Russell. Rory, no fucking use pulling a jersey. Come on, jersey unit.
These days, championship preparations begin long before a ball is kicked. The dynamic duo begin working with their new team, knowing the National League will test Westmeath's early progress. In March, for the first time in Paídi's life, Kerry are the opposition.
Unknown to an awful lot of people, yesterday was, apart from bereavement now and other situations, probably the hardest day of my life. Other people can apply themselves differently, who go on and manage other teams. But for me yesterday personally, my mind was in a turmoil. I was a Westmeath man yesterday, lump it or like it.
Kerry are too good for Westmeath. So are most other teams in Division 1. The Hacks and even some fans are losing faith in the Messiah already. Word is that Paídi could become an OBE out by Easter. These are dark days. His job is on the line.
We got a run of bad games where we were coming out second best. And rumours started filtering there then about my non-attendance and training. It was very, very difficult for me, I must admit. No, it was very, from travel and overnighting and different things. There's a certain percentage within me that I keep to myself. I'll never tell anybody. After games, I wasn't, I didn't have my meal with the players, or I was keeping my distance, and I think that put an extra strain on them. It took me a bit of time just to get my head around it and to get really tuned in. I wasn't going up to Westmeath just to fill in a bit of time, a bit of space in my life. They're playing Division 1 football. They have won minor All-Irelands. They have won under 21 championships. So I mean that there is football there.
Cold water surround.
Westmeath win just one league game, their last one, but it saves them from relegation. Bruised and battered, they regroup at Inchydonny Beach in West Cork, digging deep within themselves to find the strength needed for coming challenges.
I always get clued in for championship. Because the wire says well, I get clued in when the cuckoo comes around, but hopefully I'll be around with the team longer than the cuckoo this year.
Lord, can you hear me now? Lord, can you hear me now? Lord, can you hear me now?
Back in Westmeath, it's the week before the first round championship game against neighbours Offaly. On the border, 92-year-old Joe Fox is in his 8th decade following the team. It's been a thankless task, but the excitement doesn't lessen with the years.
I saw Westmeath playing in the first round of the Leinster Championship in 1930. We were beaten, of course, naturally. Counties with a smaller population, such as Carlow and Longford, won all right, but we never, we were afraid to get hurt. I was often in a crowd and some talk of coming around about football, you know, the sort of way. And I'd be ashamed to say that I was from Westmeath. We were a kind of a laughing stock. The last time they beat Offaly, 1949. They beat them in a replay in Mullingar. They drew in Tullamore. They beat them in a replay in Mullingar. That's the last time. Yeah. They were a bogey team. Offaly is a bogey team to Westmeath. Westmeath is beaten, I'll be in very, very bad humour. I'm a bad loser. Hope springs eternal in the human breast. Who's this Tennyson said that? Hope springs eternal in the human breast.
Across the border, Tullamore Barber and former Offaly player Noel McGee has no fear of Westmeath.
We were in the doldrums ourselves for a long time, and then when
the footballers broke through in 1970 then, like, you know, they won a few after that, like, you know, and had great success since then. But same thing could happen with Westmeath. Here this morning, the first 20 customers, was 12 from Westmeath. We all get involved in it, and there's great banter and good, honest to God, local rivalry, like, you know, and there's nobody going to fight about it at the end of the day, you know. But
You take note.
I don't know whether they're all that happy over there with Paídi at present, like, you know, but then again, like, you know, he's only there for 6 months or that, like, you know, so he has a lot to prove yet, like, you know, but they haven't had any great benefits from him so far. But you never know. After the game, he could be a hero, or else he could be back down at Ventry. One or the other. You don't know.
The championship is where you prove what you're made of. In Croke Park, the Westmeath team carried the hopes of an entire county.
Every time that you go into the stadium, you'll get this feeling of, oh, I don't know what it is, you know, you get this kind of a buzz or whatever, you know. It's a magnificent stadium. If you're going in there for the first time, you can become very much overawed by it. I'll be focused, and we'll all be focused, hopefully, and as I say, look, we have left no stone unturned.
After all the hard work of winter and spring, the moment of truth has finally arrived.
Westmeath have not beaten Offaly for 55 years. Is this to be the day? Paídi, the man who kept them in Division 1, looking to secure victory. O'Shaughnessy firing it down, controlled well by Morley, and he goes for Dolly and kicks it over the bar. Brian Morley's first shot on the target, and James Grennan got a great point at the league decider, but he fished it instead quite wisely and puts it over. And there's an Offaly player down injured. It's Pascal Keelan. Team doctor in straight away, and the referee has issued a red card. It's Rory O'Connell who's been red carded.
Westmeath are down to 14 men, and win or lose, O'Connell, their only all-star, will face a 12-week ban. The season hangs in the balance.
Now's the time to get in the fucking boots again.
Slattery, great run through, knifing his way through the Westmeath defence. Still Slattery. Good point. Can the 14 men hold on? Now who's going to take it? Coming for another. And it's a great block this time. Morley trying to look for space. In he kicks as far as Michael Ennis, and Michael Ennis has kicked it over the bar.